Good morning, everybody. It's 4 a.m. Eastern Time. It's 10 o'clock Amsterdam. We're gonna do a lot of tickers today. It is Ticker Friday, and I have my list prepared. And we're gonna do, write this down. We're gonna do Twitter, Fox, Lyft, eBay, DLPN, Ford, MU, Lyft. Did I say that already? VZ, Pins, Bank of America, TCAT, Jack, GRTX, ESNS, and Pixie. So those are the those are the tickets that we're gonna address today, and I'm really excited about today because a lot of things happened yesterday, and I did not participate in that. I just sat back and watched the fireworks. Sometimes that's the best thing to do, but didn't feel up like trading, and so didn't take one trade at all yesterday. So not taking a trade is also a position. That's what someone told me once, and it was not a guru or anything, but I thought, well, you just might be right about that. Hey, Ramon, you're early. Thanks for watching. Hit that like. You will. I know you will. And welcome to all the others. Also 44 viewers right now, 45. Hit that like button, guys. We want to keep this show up. It's the first European show in on Benzinga, and we want to keep this stream alive for 24/7 in the long run. So in order to do that, we have to get more likes on this show. So please hit that like button, hit that share button, and be nice to me. I got a lot of heat yesterday because of my rants, but I don't care about that because you have to have haters and as well, because if you have haters, then you're doing something right, don't you? So what else is coming in today? Economic data in Europe is coming in. I'm not sure if that does a lot really. And there is another thing that's coming in today, and that's there are going to be Chinese regulations on tech companies. So China will have more regulations on tech companies, and well, regulations in China, I'm not sure. So if you are into companies who are into tech and also are into China, please fasten your seatbelts. That's what I want to say. Good to have you here, Ramon. Thanks for hitting that like. Okay, let's get down to this, guys, because we have, as I just mentioned, a lot of tickets to get into. And let's just do that. I'm going to share my screen here. My camera is working again. It worked yesterday, but I just did some stupid things because I had to go on Zoom with some guys, and then it took automatically my other camera, which is on my PC, and then I didn't get it back to my good camera. Okay, so this is what is going on with Twitter. This is what happened yesterday. This is what happened yesterday with Twitter. So PRX looks juicy, Ramon. Okay, I'm gonna write that one down. PRX. This is Twitter. I don't know what to do here. I really don't know what to do. Look at this drop on Twitter. Is this a buy the dip opportunity? Well, you tell me, because there's no room here on the downside to say, okay, this really might be a level, unless you consider this to be a level of some sort. Then you might just play it. So here is something going on. It broke that already and on this uptrend. So if you really want to play it, please be careful and make sure that it doesn't get under this 56,000 37 level. So this is what happened on earnings. It's so widely used, Twitter, and it's never seems to get the right earnings on a quarter. So this is some nasty fall here. So if you want to buy the dip here, please do. If you think that this will go up again, but I would be very, very careful, because there might just be a lot of people in this who say, okay, this is not right. So really wait for it to get some volume, and then you can trade it up again. But if you want to see a level, then this would be the level 46.37. Let's look at Lyft. Good morning, OP. Good morning, Pedro. Want me to look at DCRB? I'm going to do that. Trading no limits. EVFM and FSR. All right. You're in that every morning, so that makes a rip or something. Hey, Buddy Lee Ghost. Hello, Clarice. Where's Clarice at? Will Amazon keep all-time high level today? I don't. Yeah, we can look at Amazon, of course. Stacy, good morning. Good to have you here. Pedro, good morning. Nice to have you here. Joe, good morning. Nice to see you all, guys. Let's do ticker. It's ticker Friday, so we're gonna do as much tickers as you want me to within the hour, because I really ran late yesterday, and it's something that no one likes. So this was Lyft yesterday. Also this big fall, similar to Twitter, not as dramatic, but well, you don't like that. And this is where we traded Lyft earlier on a 30 mark. So there was this nice run up here. This is just a beating on earnings yesterday. But found some resistance eventually, as you can see here. So here is in the late hours of trading day, in the last 3 hours, it found some resistance here at this 55.50 level. So Twitter, I don't know if you should play that, but here is something going on that I did not see on Twitter. So if you want to play this one, then it's early days now, of course, just opened pre-market. 55.50 is, I think, the level that you have to watch. It can move $3 in a day on average. So it's now around 50. Where is it at? 56.50. So it needs to hold at 55.50 in order to trade it up. Or if you're a short player, of course, then trade it downwards on Lyft. So a little more positive on Lyft than on Twitter, because it really seems that there's some kind of a bounce going on here. But still be very careful when you trade this. Be sure that you play the levels. And when you look at the daily, you can see here that there are now those 3 resistance lines. This blue one is the 50 EMA moving average. This is the 9 moving average. And this is the 20 moving average. So So if you play this one to the long side, then be careful for those levels here on a daily. I just put them in right there. 60.22, 60.50, and 61.50. So that's lifts for you guys. Then we're gonna look at eBay. Let's look what happened on eBay. Well, you know what happened on eBay. And I didn't just pick these because I pick stocks randomly, because I want to see if there's a possibility. If you're a swing trader, I'm a day trader. I have to keep saying that. I'm gonna say it in my bio under the YouTube channel, because a lot of new viewers are here every day, and you get bored of me saying this, of course, but I am a day trader and I am a long-time investor in European stocks. I'm a day trader in American stocks. I was a CEO for 11 years in financial services and was 25 years in financial services altogether. And then 5 years ago, I decided that a lot of personnel was not always a blessing. So I started my own company, started investing, and then started trading. And so now I'm a professional trader and a professional investor. That's how I make my living. And what I want to do with these live videos is just to tell you how I'm trading. I'm trading from these levels. I'm long bias most of the time. I'm short bias in the afternoon. And I like to play the VWAP on a 1 minute chart. So those are my three main plays, and I have some other plays, breakout plays, and all the other plays that you can think of, but those are my three big strategies. Okay, so let's look at eBay. There is some resistance or some support there. I would say. And you know, I would say that because, just get this one out of the way. This is your 200 SME on a daily. And sometimes if you see those lines, then they are not always the best resistance or support lines that you can have. But if you just look back a little bit, then you can see here that it really respects this 200 SME. So here it respects it, and here it respects it. Also here and here and here on these three candles, when it got down like it did yesterday, respects this 200 SME level. And what happened yesterday is also the bounce on this SME level. Is it just on the dollar or on a penny? No, it's not. It's a daily chart, so it's never precisely on a penny. But I have a lot of confidence in this one in that sense. So I will call out this level now, 55.31, as a level for eBay. If this one goes under that level, then it's going to go under the 200 SME for the first time since forever. No, since April 2020. So that's it. March, April 2020, yeah. So if this one now gets under this 200 SME, then it's a short all day long. It can move $1.70 on a day. That's not so it's not a big mover. If it gets under the 200 SME, then you might expect that it will be a short. If it's holding this one and this is support, then you might trade it up to, you know what I'm gonna say, exactly this level. Let's say it's 60. There's the dog on your screen. I had a long run this morning, and it's tired and wants to go to its favorite place and it's the chair that I bought for myself, but she has taken over, and now it's her chair. Okay, so this is eBay. I think this can be a play on the long and the short side. Please consider this one. Prime suspect. I sound like a Swedish chef. Wow, I wish I was a Swedish chef. You mean the Swedish chef on the Muppet Show? That's that one. I'm just having fun on Friday, guys, so please bear with me. Twitter, we're gonna. I just talked about. Didn't I just talked about Twitter? I just talked about Twitter. So, watch back the video if it ends, and then we talked about Twitter. So this was eBay. I'm gonna do the tickets. That's some of the tickets that were in the chat, and I thought I saw DCRB. Oops. Well, some just might see this pattern. You all know about the pattern, and this looks like a big head and shoulder. If you see this one, I'm not that head and shoulder player really. You have to go to Neil then on our show on Get Technical. He has this great show. It's a great technical show. He's use all this technical stuff that I can also use RSIs and Booleans and Fibonacci and all of that. But as a day trader, I like to keep it more simple, and because you have to decide something in a split second, and if you're an investor or a swing trader, then you got some more time. And now I'm just playing off these levels. So it rejected this 1008 level ish. Let's do this exact 1011. It was here. Struggling to get above the 20 EMA here on a daily. Reaching out for this 50. So you could have. I think this might as well be an intraday play because of those big spikes up and down. But market decided, well, we like this 1040 here. So this, if you see this kind of candles forming, then what this really says is, well, we like 1040. And on the downside, then you have 1030 as the next level. So don't expect much from that one. So might just be an intraday play, and if it's an intraday play, then you have room for 60-cent room. It moves only 23 cents on average. So for a day trade, I don't think DCRB is something that I would consider right now, unless there's some momentum. There's not a real big spread here, but it's pre-market and there's almost no volume, I think. So from a day trading perspective, I'm not gonna be interested in this one because just margins are too small to make any profit. If I want to have a nice profit loss ratio, so no play for me there. And on EFVM, what's that? Oh, that's that's a coin or what? I think that's a coin. I don't do coins, guys. So you see this. We talked about these levels in the early bird show. This was a while ago. This was 1321. and later was 54, 1450. Pre-market, another level. So this is what we do. We establish those levels and keep an eye on the stocks, and then we enter those here and exit them here. So this was a nice win. I can see that, and those levels are now all gone. Bam. So we just stepped in on this one on exactly the right day on Fisker. We made a nice profit. It's now just so what do you want to see here? This is going down, going down, going down in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days in a row down. Then got up and bumped his head against this 200 SME and a 9 AME and a 9 EME, and now, oh, sorry, the 20 EME, and now it's just staying below this 9 EMA here. So on Fisker, really has to get you really have to get some volume here. Really trying to establish something, but what I really see is that it's just having trouble to get above this 9 EME. So did that once. This is the day that we traded it, made this nice profit, and these are all the days after that, and it's just not getting above that 9 EMA. And if it doesn't get above that 9 EMA, then don't play it. So I call out 1389 as the resistance level on this one. And if this was a high, and it is, and this was a low, and this is the next low here, this one, then you have to compare it to this. So this, if this is going to be the next low in a circle of an uptrend, so this still could be an uptrend. If this is going down now and this is the next low, and then you want to see the next move up. So keep also an eye on this 1333 on Fisker, because, well, this is why. So if this turns out to be support, you can play this one to the upside. If this breaks, then you can play this one to the downside all the way back to 1222. For a long play, you have to look at this 1389-ish, and then you have some room till 1472 on Fisker. Adam, that's a great one. Did everybody smash that like yet? Come on. Adam, you want to talk about FAMI? Good morning, Natty Trades. Did I say that wrong? Pins again, Stacy. Yeah, Pins is on my watch list. I'd rather hold commodities than equities. Okay, it's wavy. Yeah, you can do that. I'm not holding anything on American markets. I'm a day trader, so I start with 0 in the morning and I end with 0 in the evening. Now, well, not with 0. I make profits every day, not on all days, but most days. So I'm not holding overnight on American stocks, and I'm an investor in European stocks. I'm just day trading these, and it's a lot of fun and can be very profitable if you watch the levels that I give you, and you can trade them with your own plan, but those levels are really what I think is important on these ones. So FAMI, did you want to know? All right, I can see why. Okay, it's trying to get up. You hope that it may get this fill. It's a real small stock, of course, 41 cents, but you can trade this one if you want to. Let's look at this one just for fun now in pre-market. So this is the move that it made since we've been on. Rejects this 43 cents. Gets back now here around VWAP. So if you want to play this one to the long side, and if you're into these penny stocks, then you can play this one above 43 cents if you're so inclined to do. But you could have made a real nice early bird advantage if you did get this one at 38 cents, a 6 cents win on a 40 cents dollar stock. That's nice. So this is my big screen. Okay. Where are we? DLPN, is that right? DLPN. So on the left hand side of my screen, the 5-minute chart, this is the 1-minute chart now. I'm going to watch the daily right now on DLPN. And it's different kind of graph that we're looking at right now. Play this one here at the top, I think, because I drew those lines. So what you really want to see now on this one, this is the big drop on Dolphin on a famous day. And yesterday it rejected this 15, what is it, 1475 for 75, 74 mark here. This might just look nice. You want to see this one hold 1140. It can move $1.50 on a day. It's now around 12.50, so it's what would be nice to see if it fills this one around here. So this would be what you want to see here to fill this ugly wick here. But you really don't want to see under this 1139. So 1139, 1480 are the Dolphin levels. Then let's go to what happened to Fords. We looked at this for days, and I drew these in, if you remember, and I said it's gonna fall into earnings, and it did fall into earnings, and not just a small fall either, because this is just not this is the daily, this is the nice move up since March from 2020. Struggled some early moves here, and when I looked up Fords and I just went on the internet, then what I saw yesterday is that Jim Cramer still believes in Fords. 1118, and whatever you think of Jim Cramer, if he says that he likes stock, then it might just is this also 1118 here? 1117, this one's 1117, this one is 1113, this one is 1118, this one is 1114. So this is an area of resistance, this 11.15-ish, between 11.15 and 11.20, let's say. So it's not a line, it's on a daily, so it's not an exact level, it's an area of resistance. Jim Cramer was positive about Ford in the long run. I am also. This is not an investing advice. It's below its 50 EMA. That's not a good sign. Fell just right through there. Also the 20 and 9, of course, and then I don't know. For a day trade, it's going to be a hard one. You have to look at price action here. It just might stay here in this consolidation for a day or two, or 3 or 4 or 5. You never know. So to call out any levels at the upside is difficult for this one. It's only a 40-cent mover on an $11 stock. Can move a lot more, as you saw yesterday, but you really don't want to see this one go under this resistance or under this support area of 11.15, 11.20. It might just stay here for a while now, and maybe not for a day trade, but we're gonna keep this one on our list every day and see what's going to happen with it. If you're a swing trader, then please be sure that it holds these levels, because you don't want to see it fall under these levels right now. As a day trader, I'm just going to wait till price action on Ford. It's wavy. Okay, that's a good discussion. OP and it's wavy. Biden in office, inflation is no problem. Yeah, well, there's this thing about inflation, and everybody. Okay, what's going on with this inflation rates? I'm going to tell you what I know about it, so I'm going to give you this information, and I'm telling you what I know about just by looking at inflation for 25 years now. So oil prices might go up, lumber prices might go up, housing prices might go up, all food prices might go up, and you think, well, oh, everything's going up, that's inflation. Well, if prices are getting higher, then I think it's right. Then you're not wrong in thinking that will be inflation. But it's not per se a structural inflation. So oil prices go up and down, food prices go up and down. When you really have to be cautious about inflation is when people get paid more money, so if wages go up. So there is this Biden proposal that wages will go up, the minimum price per hour will be $15 or something, I think. That's what I read a few days ago. That's not passed Senate, I think. It's even not passed the House, but if wages will go up, then there will be inflation. And inflation for a stock market is not bad per se, but with inflation there's also this interest also coming in, and if interest is going up, then we might see some fluctuations on stocks. So inflation, people talk about inflation when oil prices or food prices or lumber prices or house pricing are going up. Well, that's not really a problem inflation-wise, only if wages go up. So if people are going to earn more money, then inflation will go up, and if that's then combined with interest going up, then you might see some happening on commodities and on stock prices. That's what I know. Pedro, can you look at Becky, B-E-K-A, B-E-K-E, Becky, Beek. Let's look at Beek. Real estate. IPO'd on August. Just looking at the daily right now here, if I can see something that looks like the question is, of course, and that's what you want to know, is can you buy the dip? So went down from this level 55.75. To this is what you call a curveball. It's a wild one, this one. Okay, let's just say, for the sake of argument, that this is what's going on here. Oh. You really gave me a nice run, Pedro. So this is, say this is going on here. Goes down, breaks this one, goes up. This one. Just no, okay, you get, but you get a point. This is not the exact line, it has to move a little bit, but you get the point. Goes down here, breaks it up, breaks out, goes up again. Goes down here, breaks it, goes up again. But in the long run, it's grinding down. So how you could look at this, if this is really see, do you see the pattern? So what you want to see right now is that you look at these patterns here, and it's just having trouble to hold anything that spikes up here. So, but then again, saying that, it's also bought up again. So what you really want to see right on now on this one, you don't know if this one will. So a few things can happen here. This one can also be like the other ones. I'm getting better at this, guys. Do you see that? I practiced. No, I did not. I'm just lucky today. So is this going to happen, and then eventually will it do this again? like it did on all the other occasions. You can see that. So breaks down, breaks down, breaks down, gets up again. So this pattern that you see here right now is a pattern that just might repeat itself right now, but you really have to watch the price action on a day. So this just might be a smaller pullback, so you really have to be careful about drawing these trend lines here. It might be just this one, and this one might just go breaking that trend line now right now. So this is what I see in this one. If you want to play it, will this be the pattern? So you can see this here, that this is something that might repeat itself. It also can be a little choppy here, as you can see after this pull down. So it might just also stay on that low again. So this is how I would look at this. So it's for a day trade, it's difficult to see if it's gonna work. But on the other hand, if you see this, if there's just a small trend line down now, it just can break this one within a day, or it just might grind down a few days longer and then get up again. So look at price action on the day. If it's following this pattern, which it did 3 times, then you might go into short if that's your play. And if you think, okay, it's breaking down this downward pattern here, then you also know that there are some buyers here who are interested in this stock eventually, and it's just as nice bumps up then, as you can see here. So that's how I would play BEK Becky. Thanks for that. It's wavy. NAKD. I'm not gonna do NAKD again, but I think it's very thickly traded. I think, is it above the $1 again, or is it? No, it's here. Yeah. Played that one, as you can see, and now like SNDL, it's really thickly traded on, and it's getting above this 50 EMA again. So you just might think, okay, this one's going. But be sure that it respects that 50 EMA, and then you might go long in NAKD. I'm not going in that one again, as long as it's under the dollar. Okay, where are we at? We are at MU. This is MU. Micron Technology. I'm going to erase these levels because they look to me like intraday levels. Is this or is this not some support here? That's a stretch, I think, but yeah, it's a stretch. Sometimes you draw a line and you think by yourself, well, that might not just be the case. But what might be the case is that it is Now looking at volume here, when I see volume just staying the same all day long for a few days, then sometimes it's telling me something. This is my RSI. Didn't show you that one too often. Okay. So normally when our on the Wilders RSI 14, when it's above 70, then it gets tired. When it gets under 30, then you might expect that it's getting stronger again. And you can see that just here. So this was the bottom here on this one. And look, just under this 30, and it's got bought up. So if it's hitting that 30, then it's going to be, and you might expect an upward trend. That's what you see here. But now when you see it, if it gets above 70 here above 70, sorry, then nothing's going on. So 70 is normally the line in the sand, but you cannot count on 17 being the line in the sand and saying, okay, it's above 70, it will go down now. That's not what's happening that's not how you should use these RSIs, those relative strength indices, because you want to see what it did before. So it really has to get in its 80s almost to have some downward movement here, as you can see. So you see, as this is 88-ish, and on 88 it didn't fall down or anything, it just had some consolidation. Here it got really weak, so something else really happened here also. Okay, so on MU, after this nice, it goes up and then it consolidates for some time, and then here it goes up and some kind of consolidation with this nasty fallback here. Don't know what that was. Moves up nicely, consolidates here, and then moves up. Not so nice anymore. So these are nice moves up on a daily, as you can see. And so now from this point on, you can say, okay, this is getting a little bit sketchy now. So the pattern is not perfect here, but there is still some consolidation here. So up consolidation, up consolidation, up consolidation, up consolidation. It's not consolidation like it's flat or anything, but it's just breathing and waiting for someone to come in to buy this one up. So every time it does that, and that's how you should look at these patterns, every time it does that, it's really struggling here with this 9 EMAs and 20 EMAs, falls down here. This is a cross 9 EMA and 20 EMA. I told you about those crosses before. I would not taken that too much in consideration. some people play off that, but I don't really. So what I want to see here is that this is the end of the consolidation phase here, and now I want to see this. Do you recognize the pattern? I do. I do, and I saw that, and when I saw something like that, then I'm gonna mumble in myself and think, well, maybe this is, maybe that, maybe this. So that's my Swedish cock mumbling, and then I'm gonna keep that one in. I'm gonna call this one the early bird Swedish cock show. That's cock. Is that cock? It's not. That's not nice. I think. It means something different. I think. Swedish chef. That's it. We are an American show, so I cannot swear or use any of those words. Kok is the Dutch word for chef. So this is what I want to see right now. So this is, if this was the consolidation phase like it was here, you never know with this one, because you just might just do this one more time. And if it does that, then you really want to see this one above 85, 50-ish. And if you want to see this one breaking, then it's a price action play, I think, but on the upside, 88.74 is just a nice target because it's on the 20 EMA and it's also the high of yesterday-ish, 18.8, 18.8. So 88.90, let's say, on the upside. I will give you the menu later. Yeah. You can buy MU to the long side. Of course, you always can buy this one to the long sides. This is really really nice. You know that I'm not doing that. I'm trying to day trade these ones, and this might just be very nice. But also be aware. Be very aware. We saw stocks like these trending up like this very nicely also do this. So holding stocks like this is also who are up for more than a year also can have this trickle down waterfall effect eventually. These will be very big moves, but you get the picture. So this going up may also trigger a waterfall effect. And why is that? Because eventually people will bought it here or bought it here or bought it here and were long term like OP wants to be. Eventually, if they see that those next highs here are not taking out, so it doesn't get to that 100, and if there are signs that it will not get to that 100 because it's just hovering here too long, then you can get this trickle down effect. And when you get this trickle down effect, then you are long term and you're sleeping, and the next morning you wake up and it's here, then you're gonna tell yourself, oh my, I can say that. And also, holy mackerel, as Joel would say, I had to listen to Bosch Trading because he told me this. So people will, in the end, take profit somewhere, and we don't know where it is. And if you say, okay, I'm gonna let this once go to 100, be my guest, but be aware that if people are looking at this and seeing, okay, this is not getting to that 100, we all expected it, but it doesn't get there, then you can get this trickle down effect on stocks that go like this. Learnosophy, and I like that name. SKLZ, Pedro, really? Are we going to talk SKLZ again? And FLGT. My dog is not tired of listening to me and goes to one of the many places that she likes to lay down for a while. FLGT. That's a nice one, Learnosophy. What do you want to do? You want to learn how you should play this one. It's a tricky one. I just told you about the waterfall, you know, that on the other stock. So this went up very nicely, and then everybody thought it would go to 200, just as the other one would go to the 100, and then just hovered here a little bit, and then everybody said, "Okay, I'm in." From 92, it's now at 180. I'm going to ring the register. I'm going to take my gains. I'm getting out of it, and then more people are getting out of it, and this is happening to a stock. This is a trickle-down effect, and really had some trouble now to. It's almost a stair step down now on this one. So if you want to play this one on the long side, then you have to take into consideration this downward trend here. And normally I would look for a level here in this area, but it doesn't hold these levels. So I would be very careful, and on the so this is the point where it got fired up here from this day here at 1706 ish. It was the first day that it's really gained some momentum, and then this was the second day that it really gained big momentum, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days here, and all those people who got in here were out here, and there are some people stuck here, and they hope that it will get back to normal, but I can't find a level here. So what I would normally do, I would draw this line and there would be a triangle, but I don't see it. And if I don't see it, I'm not going to make one up. So I would be, although it's above 200 SME, but that's because of these big moves, it has a real trouble getting past these 20 moving average here, and also the 9 moving average is really some kind of resistance on this one. So if you see this on the long side, I don't want to play this one because there's no level on the bottom here that I can play it off, and it might trickle down more and more and more. So you really want to see this reversal signal on this one. And might this be the reversal signal? Just gonna look at this 78.58, and this is 79. It did that before, as you can see here. Moves a little bit up again. Okay, with a great risk, I would say that 78.50 is the support that you want to see on this one, but it's at great risk. That's what I'm telling you right now. So you're playing against the trend. I think these are big resistance levels here, so be very careful if you want to play this one. It's looked like a dot-com bubble chart here, and that's. Hey, Amit Chopra. So this was FLGT. OP is discussing with Pedro, I see. Said, dit was FLGT. Hi Amit. IBM. Is IBM in play? We played IBM, I think, what was it, guys, 2 weeks ago? I still have it up here. See that? The level on IBM was on this candle on a daily, on the 19th, and it's 11 already, was 139.91. My quote was then, I just put this on the watch list and put in this level, 39.91. We did this nice little trade here to the upside, and now at IBM earnings yesterday. Is this an earnings candle or not? Well, there's at least a big rejection here. This 148.77 mark. So it got up here, IBM consolidation, then wanted to get up again here, but this was rejected. So if people still believe in this, and maybe you are inclined to do so, then what you want to see on the long side is that it fills this ugly wick here in one day. I don't think it will. I don't think it will. No, this is not going to happen, I think, but who am I? So I think this is going to happen today. So if you want to play this one to the downside, be my guest. There is a level here because this is a 9 EMA. So it looks like it's pulling back to the 9 EMA, and maybe you just can catch it here on this 9 EMA on 141.67. Take this one away because that's from a few days ago, and this also. So if it goes down, then catch it on 141.67. As support, and play it up again, or just play it down and be aware that this 141.67 will be a level. Thank you, L. Smith. So my voice is called now, I'm called a Swedish chef and called a calming voice. And what did someone else call me also? Weird accent. Yeah, I'm from Amsterdam, so it's an Amsterdam accent. I can't help that. Good morning, Shaka. Just got in after 11. We are done with our show today. We didn't even get to all the tickers, but I promised Stacy something. Did I? Was it Stacy? I'm not sure. It's pins. We would really have to look at pins again. So 67 was a level once. It still is. Can you see that? It still is. We draw these nasty and funky Fibonacci lines on this one. So 67 really seems to be something that it's breathing on right now. But will it give you enough confidence to play it to alongside? So it fell down and just got back to the upside again. Pam, pam. You want to see this gap filled, of course, and this 9 EMA is now 71.24, so that's $4 move. Pins has an ATR of $4.13. I made this blue. That's the stupidest color that you can make it on a. Let's make this one violet also. Hey. Float 563 million on pins. Do you want to play this one again, Stacy? I'm really careful. I would be really careful about this one. There's also some early birds now in my garden. It's really like the show if you can hear them. Okay, if you want to play it, 67 is still the level for me on this one, and then it just might go up here. So my wife is now checking the garden because there's something going on here in the garden. Early birds are having a roar. Should I or should I not show you this? It can be bloody. I think there's one bird down. Sorry, this is just some live action in my garden now. Birds quarreling about the food that is in our garden, and now I'm completely distracted because it's called also the early bird show. So I'm not really a bird watcher or anything like that. So my wife is asking, are you finally finished? Because it's 10 past 11 and she's thinking and now looking for a carton box. So that's never a good sign. So there was this big bird attacking the small bird. That's what's happening. Yesterday we ended our show with talks about my dog being adopted, and now we talk about birds in my garden. And no, there's not no carbon box involved now. Put aside. Bird is fine. Wife is fine. I'm fine. That's it. Show, yeah, no, there's no. I cannot show this. I think there's nothing to see now. Can you see? There was some crawling there behind it, but you're just not able to see it right now. No, it was behind that white chair. That's where it all happened, but it's now everything's at ease now. Okay, guys, I just talked about pins. Did I forget someone or somebody who called out a ticker? Stay there. Okay. It's the Bosch Animal Show. It's 4 a.m. Khalil in the building. That's good, Khalil. Show you all. They all started this show. Well, it's you all want to see early birds getting killed. So thank you very much for that. Slash the like button if you like this show, guys. It's Friday. I'm gonna trade, I think, 1 hour because it's Friday. There's not a lot of momentum. Follow me on Twitter. My Twitter handle is below this video. I am gonna put out the trades that I make or that you could have made in today's opening session. So look at that, follow me on Twitter, and you will see what I did today or what you could have done. We are on this stream every morning at 4 Eastern Time and at 10 o'clock Amsterdam. So every morning we are on this on the same channel, the Benzinga channel. Next show on Benzinga is, of course, the pre-market prep with Joel, with Triple D, and with Spencer. I have a lot of fun with that one. And please forget not to trade carefully and trade from the levels. Please trade from the levels. Trade from the levels. Thank you. Have a nice weekend and see you on Monday.